Hello, friends. Welcome. I am Ananda Rose. Thank you for joining me here today on this very lovely Sunday morning in Auckland. And today we are going live to do a quantum healing session. However, I need to say that I have not heard from Monique as yet. She's up in the far north, and I think what might be the problem is technology. So I think what we'll do, friends, is I just got that I needed to just carry on with the session, and I see she is online. She has got my messages. She's probably trying to come in, and so we'll just go on. We'll just go on and do what we need to do for this morning. And just as Monique comes in, we will have the healing when she gets here. So, how are you doing? Yes, anything, well, right? Technology and all of that has been failing us, so we are just kind of um flying with it, going with it. And I'm just having a look at the moment to see how things are going online. If we're live and if everything is fine, yeah. Just going and checking that all the technology is working. And yeah, I'm tells me I'm live on YouTube. I just can't see it right now, but I'm looking at another Ananda Rose other than myself. Well, there you go. And that answers that question. Right, friends, how are you? We are live. We are live, and that's great. Okay. Thank you to all of you that are watching, and thank you for joining me. So to start off the session today, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to bring us in with some light language and some clearing. Please keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. Let's breathe for a moment. And remember the breath. That breath is about breathing in through the nose, pausing with the breath, and then when you're ready, just releasing through the mouth. I'm just going to turn my lights on, friends. That's what I forgot to do. Perhaps that's why the day has started like it has. Oh, yes. There we go. Now we're good to go, right? Okay, here we are. Well, I am just going to be recording it on the computer. Actually, I think that confuses things. Let's not do that. We'll get the download. She is trying to join, she says. Monique is trying to join us. Um, so that's all good. That's all good. Here we are. So we were doing a breathing exercise. I'm afraid I kind of, yeah, I messed it up. Sorry, friends. Let's take a moment. I need a moment, I think. Breathing like that, in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times. Clearing for you, clearing for me. Yeah, Oranatea, wa, wa, Ooh, the singing bowl is singing before I could even make it sing. Let's go. It's ready to go. Kiramatu Faranachai. Hopefully you can hear it. Ua, ua, e, Ea oa he hia oa oa. Irma hoa tēnā oa. Irma hawa tēnā oa ea. Irma oa. Irma hai. So I'm just going to increase my volume on my phone. There we go. You can hear me. That's great. That's the most important thing. That you can hear me. What's the point of speaking and people can't hear? Ora machai na te ara nachai. So today, lebeka tutu tufra nachai. Let's just call in our teams of light, all of us. Zebachonara, thank you, teams of light. Ochena karavachai to my spiritual squad. Those that have come to the planet here with us, those that remain with us to take us through this transformation process. We welcome you. We are Kramakutuna, Etala Karabut Goraiska Tufranakai. Yuralashtenna Matuam. Yawa Nawa Nawa Horanga Wenawa. Yawa Nawa Yatsarawo Nemam. Irmahotena wo wo wo. Yawa Yawa na. So Monique is coming in. I can see that she's coming in, and so we'll just keep going. Welcome. Irana tuforanachai, chirmacho, tinafai. Yermacho tiawa. How are you, Monique?
Hello, beautiful soul. I apologize. I've just been getting myself organized. It
That's
is wonderful
great.
to see you.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to turn the volume up. Your volume's a little bit low.
hmm
Uh, let's see. So mine is quite high. I think maybe you can turn your volume up.
I
Uh, I,
can I could put in a microphone. There we go.
okay.
Let's see.
Well,
Is that a
welcome.
bit better?
If you speak again, I'll tell you.
Okay. How's that? Is that a bit better?
It's a bit better. It's a bit better.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And everybody, this is Monique, beautiful Monique Langerak, who is a quantum healing practitioner. And we are really honored to have you on our channel today, and that you were so willing to give something to the collective. And so I've just been taking us in with a bit of light language and clearing and all of that, just so we would have, that's what we do. And so, is it okay to ask a few questions before we go to you doing the quantum healing? Because I think we must go straight into it. So, Monique, thank you. And you look beautiful. And I'm amazed that we have similar colors.
Oh, yeah. Must be that connection.
Must be the connection. So today's quantum healing, what is the inspiration behind it?
Cool. So the inspiration behind today in particular,
Yes.
is
Today,
it?
well, I think in general, I think there's this thing of generally, I'm just going to increase my volume here. Perhaps it was me that needed to increase the volume, but okay. Um, I think in particular, what is the overall intention with this? Because you have been quite, you've always been doing your healing through your website, connection through your website and word of mouth, and I mean, amazing healing that you do because I've experienced it firsthand. But you've come out now. So tell us that overall and then the intention for today, and then we'll go into it.
Beautiful. So my overall intention is I just want to see people heal, to be honest. And I have seen some incredible benefits people have experienced from this healing. And yeah, I've been wanting to get it out there for a while. I don't shine in that area, if I'm honest with you, promoting myself and things like that, but I certainly shine in the healing side of things. So
Yeah, yeah.
I've mainly been wanting to get it out there, mainly just, wanting to see these blocks removed from as many people as possible because they're not doing us any good. And it's amazing what people can achieve when they're gone. Mm.
Yeah, and I think this is an apt time for it, Monique, because currently the collective is in a state of uh, many are conscious of living more than one timeline, being aware of more than one timeline, and then the emotions are what's getting in the way. And all of the, I heard a healer say a couple of weeks ago that there are entities even in our things like our pendulums and our oracle cards and our crystals, and we think like when you use a pendulum and you get an answer, you think, oh, that's the way to go, but it's actually not the spirit, that it's not the higher self or the guidance system. It's like the entities come into our space and they do these things that
Mm,
interfere with, and then we sort of on a trajectory that's taking us away from what we should be doing.
mm,
So I think it's perfectly fine, for this time. I feel it's absolutely right. So I guess we
mm.
just come into those spaces when the time's right. So
Absolutely. And yeah, just exactly what you were saying. That's a beautiful way to put it. These entities that can exist in our energy field, they can intercept and they can disrupt some of our greater path as well. And they can interfere in that way and
yes,
confuse our own intuition, which is
yeah,
very sad.
yeah. I'm quite I'm quite like unaware of entities in some ways. I'm a little bit ignorant of them, and I don't give them enough. Well, we shouldn't give them too much platform, but we must be conscious that they are there, and that can happen. But it's nothing to fear. It's just about saying, well, I know that this is a possibility, but when I'm looking at how I can fix my life, or well, fix my life, how I can move forward in my life, perhaps it's something to consider. However,
Mm.
that's why we have people like you, Monique, because you move them like really quickly in the instant.
That's the thing. And they can be removed and transmuted and never to return. So, how cool
Yeah,
is that?
exactly, exactly. And that, you don't have to, in 5 years ago, you'd have to do so many sessions, you'd have to go through so much, so much more. It takes longer, all of that. Now, I
Mm,
mean, I think even 2 years ago it was like that, but now it's like bang, bang, out, gone, get out, that sort of thing. Go.
100%.
But
Mm,
they are also not bad. They're also looking for things, right? So that's why we transmute into the light. We send them into the light.
mm. Yeah, that's a real tricky one, eh? I mean, I guess it all depends on even anyone's individual thoughts of
Okay.
like good or bad. What I do know is they don't have our highest good in mind, and their intentions for us are not good. Um, so yeah, but the other side of that is, we can also activate other energies in the field that do the complete opposite. You know what I mean? So we can not only take out these blocks, but we can, and I call them ascension enhancers, where we can
Yes.
actually place energy into the field that creates higher way of being, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. So
Mm.
what is the intention for today's session?
Cool. So the intention for today, just to let you know, so if I were to go into anyone's energy field, I can only carry out the good. I can only carry out the light. No harm can come of this healing. It is a very powerful healing. My intention is to support healing for any souls who are drawn to this, or
Yeah.
want to give it a go.
Okay. Okay. So Monique, I'm going to hand it over to you. I'm just going to put us in speaker view so that people can see you only when you're speaking and what's happening. And then you go for it. Okay?
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay. Is there
So
anything we have to do? Is there anything we have to do in terms of getting ourselves ready for this?
So one thing I will say is, it can be nice for people to close their eyes and just focus on the body while this is being carried out. Just to let you know, I'll be removing energy blocks that I've never done before, only to make it extra special for you guys because you've given up your Sunday morning or wherever you are to spend time with us. So I'm going to make it extra special and removing blocks that are specific and unique to you. Um, the only thing to be aware of is some people can purge, and what this looks like is some people can feel wonderful straight away, and that's awesome. Other people can feel like they need to go to the bathroom. They might feel nauseous, and unwell or extremely tired is the main purge that a lot of people get. Is very, very tired after this healing.
Yes.
So if you experience any of this, just be gentle with yourself, drink plenty of water, and just remember that your soul will never take on more than it can handle.
Great, great. That's wonderful. So I am going to put myself on mute, but I'm watching and I'm going to hand it over to you. Wonderful.
Okay,
Thank you.
fabulous. All right, thank you. Okay. The other thing to let you know is sometimes my body does things in the energy field because I feel whatever's happening in your energy. And just to let you know that my body does some strange things, but everything's okay. Um, if you're wanting to take part in this healing, please say yes now. It is done. Thank you. Come on. There's another one there. It's come on to see a drop. Go on. Here we go. Thank you. There's come on to see this. Also, thank you. Let's see if left and this done. Thank you. Yeah. Come on, let's see anything else you guys want me. Drop it. Go on all of them. Yes. Okay. Sure. Oh, wow. Want to see this flip? Of everyone's energy field. Go on. Let it go. That's it. And it's all light and transmute it. You can see it up into the sun. Those are the connections. It's energy field is yeah. Thank you. Okay, let's monitor the connection to the parent first. You can already have it. That's it. Just push me on this one done. Beautiful. It's mind connected. Okay. And everyone, just go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. Breathe into your heart and exhale slowly down your feet. That's it. That's it. Let it out. Beautiful. And another deep breath into the heart. Hold into the heart. And just think about what you're grateful for. Hold that into the heart and exhale down the bottom of your feet. And just building on that gratitude. Feeling it flow through your body. That's it. And coming back. So if the tired purge hasn't hit you guys too hard, I can tell you all a little bit about what was found and transmuted. If it sits right with you, then it might be yours. If it doesn't sit right with you, just don't try and make it fit. It might have been someone else's. There is something that I do need to say before I forget, because it's quite hard coming in and out of realms. So it's with a heavy heart that I talk about this kind of stuff. There may have been someone in the energy field who carried life inside of their womb. And for whatever reason, this life may not have come through. Please contact Ananda or myself for my details. I'd like to offer you a private session if this is you. And yeah, just to let you know about that. We can talk more about that one-on-one. The next thing I wanted to go through is, so firstly, I want to say you all had such beautiful energy fields. Oh my goodness. I could feel how much love there is, and light, just like a sparkle of light. It's absolutely beautiful. So the first thing I did was I removed any like stress energy that gets caught up in the energy field. That's any loose miasma, wayward spirits, other people's energy, and any like stress energy that just causes clouds. So they were all removed and transmuted to the highest frequency of love. This is something that needs to be regularly done, unfortunately. This one does come back. So the next one, I went ahead into the energy field and I saw this thing in the heart, and it was like a iron, like it was made of metal, but it was also blue, like it had like a blue light coming from it. And it went up around this area, and there were, as we were talking about, entities attached to these to this energy block. Unfortunately, when entities are attached, they're not for our highest good. So my interpretation of this, and if yours is different, always go with yours. But what I have seen in the brain is that sometimes these entities attach inside the brain and they try to feed messages to keep people in the survival states. So my interpretation of this is it's tried to disrupt the information from your heart as well to create negative thoughts in the heart, if that makes sense. So it could lead to being overprotective, like standoffish, and not wanting to open up your heart as much as you would ordinarily. So those were removed and transmuted to the highest frequency of love. There was some kind of octopus or something in the, I believe it was the right side of the energy field. So our energy field extends about 9 feet from our body. And on the right-hand side, there was an octopus, and the tentacles were leading up the legs and causing problems in the tummy area. So my interpretation of this is the right side is the father's side. So it was going, normally what happens is when we normally see things in the leg going from the hip down, and the hip is our infancy. And as it goes down, it leads to our adulthood. Now, what I saw with this energy block, it was going the reverse way. So it was trying to disrupt the, I suppose, memory of the, like you might have felt overall that you have quite a good upbringing or relationship or something like this. But this energy block, my interpretation is that it's trying to disrupt that memory, trying to make you remember all the negative things instead of the good. So that was removed and transmuted to the highest frequency of love. Next, we go to a energy block that was like a metal pole, and it led from the power chakra, the solar plexus, up to the throat. My interpretation of this is a sense of powerlessness when trying to speak your voice, speak what's on your heart, because it's in between. It didn't disrupt the heart chakra, it disrupted the throat and the solar plexus. So trying to make you feel powerless if you speak what's on your heart. Next, what was the other one? So I will mention that there were quite a few, and it's quite hard when I come back from different realms because the memory isn't very clear. But I'll just mention what I remember. There was another energy block that has I've forgotten about, but that's okay. Now I did say that I wasn't going to remove any blocks that I knew about. Unfortunately, I had to because I went in and there was this energy block that I've seen many times. It was in the right eye. So this is very clearly like a camera. It's actually surveillance, and it's shaped like a eyeball, and it's a fake eye. So it causes me a lot of headaches when I go into the energy field, and if this is there, so I had to remove it because I couldn't continue the healing with this headache. Some people, what you may notice is a certain time in your life and photographs where you might not have had this, your eyes might have been normal, and then afterwards you might have noticed just a simple change in the eyes. And so this implant has actually been found in the 3D as well, in the physical world. um, this is when some people have described abductions, and they've actually removed an implant in this eyeball that is a surveillance camera. And what I've noticed is that they were doing this back in the 80s, but what has happened is that they've moved on to energetic implants, so they know how to make that more complex. So anyway, basically, it was a surveillance. Normally, what happens is people who have a real purpose of light on this earth that tries to be disrupted or monitored to make sure they're not achieving their purpose too much, because they have an ulterior agenda anyway. So that's why they try and keep an eye on you with that. But with that removed, you're free to live your purpose and bring light to this earth without being monitored or disrupted. um Okay, so then we've got, hmm, yeah, gosh, the memory goes pretty quick. Yeah. So anyway, after that, I kind of just I removed some stars from this area here. It's in the, like, kind of in the tummy. They were made of metal. They were metals, like metallic stars, like almost like daggers. So they were causing a lot of problem in the intestines there. So that was again removed and transmuted to the highest frequency of love. Um, all of the wounds were flooded with this beautiful liquid honey gold energy. It's the same energy from source. It's the highest frequency of love that doesn't generally exist in our realm. So that was flooded every wound and overflowed into every molecule of your being, and overflowed once again into the energy field around you. Now, after this, I aligned your chakras and just gave them a quick clearing. I put a protective layer around your energy field and around each chakra. And also, yeah, just added that protective layer. Your spirit teams were all there, just guiding, thanking, and I appreciated their trust as well. And yeah, it was at this time that the healing was complete, and I came back here to tell you all of this. So just go easy on yourselves over the next few days, just as your body adjusts to the new high frequency. It's been a lot of changes.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. That was awesome. It's always awesome. It's just, yeah, it'd be great to hear anyone's feedback. Tell us, everyone watching, whether you're watching the live or whether you watch the download when it's available, or, when you just go back and watch the live after it's there, well, after a few hours. Would be great to hear the experiences, because I felt a lot of energy around my both sides, and I thought, oh, that was interesting. And there was a time when I was just like yawning all the time. So yawning
The time,
always means clearing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So Monique, before we go, because this session was really about doing the quantum healing, which you've done now, is there anything you want to say to everybody? Because we will obviously we're going to be talking about your healing modality later on in the week, or whenever that's comfortable. And we might do that sooner rather than later, because there might be questions people have, and that you will be able to answer it through that interview. But before we go today, is there anything you want to leave everyone with? And then we will let them go and have their day, or night, or day, midday, lunchtime, or wherever they are in the world. Is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, absolutely. Firstly, I just want to thank you all once again for your trust. It's not something that I take lightly. I hold it dear to my heart. And yeah, I value that trust, and yeah, I honor it. Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I will be making another video which is going to reduce people's triggers. So, for example, we may find feelings come up like day to day. And I guess what I really want to know from you all to create this next video is what's a power pod or a trigger that you really want to release? What are you really ready to let go of? If you could let Ananda know, comment however it works on these things, and that would be fabulous because it'll just give me some guidance on how to continue your healing. So much love. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I will do a community post once it's out and put it out there for everyone to see as well. Put a link in there so everyone can see it. Now, also, I want to say to anybody out there who Monique was appealing to contact us if you are that person who has, you mentioned having lost a pregnancy is what my interpretation of it is. I recommend that you do contact Monique, and have that chat. I will put the link in the description box of this video to her website, her contact details. Contact me too if you feel it's easier to contact me. I'm happy to do that and pass your details on, because this is something I've felt through the time that I've known Monique, that she does an extremely, there's just, you have got a strength for that healing in terms of motherhood and all of that. So please do, if you're feeling like that was you and you've had that experience, please feel free to contact Monique for that reason and any
Yeah,
other
it will be.
reason, by the way. Not just that reason. If you want healing. Sorry, what were you saying, Monique?
Oh no, just on that, yeah, thank you. It would be an absolute privilege to carry out any further healing if needed. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for all of those that have joined us live. And of course, whenever you catch this video, it's going to be effective. Obviously, this is not just for now. This is for whenever people catch it, because that's going to be the right time for them to find it.
Oh, sorry, could I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
It just came back to me, the energy block. The
Yeah.
left breast, there was a boulder in there. It was real heavy. It was around this area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just remembered that. And I removed the entities attached to it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Just
if you're
came back to me.
experiencing that pain, and how does it show? Normally it'll feature in pain or maybe skin rashes or something like that, right?
Yeah, that has come up for a few people. Skin rashes is one that's common. But it's so hard because it's so individual to the person.
Yeah.
For example, you could have one energy block and another person could have the same one and they could affect you both completely differently.
Right.
Um,
Right.
you may barely notice it, whereas the other person, it might be a day-to-day struggle. But yeah, so for that one, I would imagine that you probably would have experienced some, I would say more like, because I've had a similar one around this area. And for me, it was more like, I don't want to say like numbness, but it was like a knowing that something was there, but just not being able to put your finger on it. And every time you tried to think about it, you would almost get like distracted because it wouldn't want you to look at it. So yeah, so that was my experience. But for
Okay.
someone else, pain could be something completely different.
Okay. Wow, learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. Okay, before we go, I just want us to close out. We'll just do a
Fabulous.
light language, if that's okay.
I
Um,
absolutely love it. Yes, please. Mm.
Karamaka tufaranachai. Okay, everyone, thank you for joining us. Thank you, all the teams of light, all the spiritual squads, all the teams of spirit. Kiramaka tufaranachai urachai shumarachai no tufaranachai tu alono. Hurmachai wa hena tufrai wa enato Iramahua natura natea hinna to Irma hofa tena karanto ko frana kai to frana kai to frana kai to frana kai Sema kai to frana kai. Thank you. Kali be kai to aina to fra. Ishkara mako anen ko ark maka atura en mo. Well, friends, sema kai to frana kai to ma his matu to frana kai to frana kai to frana. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We love and leave you today with so much love. Remember to do your grounding, drink your water, go out, walk in nature. Whatever's available to you to do your grounding. Thank you again. Catch you next time. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.
Ananda. Namaste.